Art thou ready now, Mr. Krabs? We are going to be playing some Fishing Horror Jam 2 games. And by some, I mean literally all of the ones we did not cover last time. We managed to get through a bunch of them. If you're not familiar with what this was a game jam that was done over 2 weeks, and I participated in it. And obviously the theme was all around fishing and horror, and the grading scheme was somewhere. Honestly, it's actually not here, but on the submission pages it is there. So last time we rated 16 of the 32 games. Obviously one of the games is my own, which I have not rated because I can't rate my own. So that means we've got 15 games in theory, but one of them is not technically legal for this because it was submitted like a year ago. So we really have 14 games to get through. Last time it took us 5.5 hours to get through 16 games. I'm hoping we can actually get through these a little bit faster this time around and do this in about 4 hours. Maybe less, maybe not. We'll see. We definitely have a lot of interesting games on the bucket list here. So I'm actually going to, I may as well say, all right, starting now, we'll be. All right. So we are going to start with Crust Waves, I guess. I'm going to pause our music and let's view the page. This project was created as a submission for the game jam. Yeah. Waza in space. Most only works in full screen. Throw bait, left mouse button, pull the cord, left mouse button, pull the cord, but faster, right mouse button. Okay. Seems pretty straightforward. And of course, if you want to play these games, there's a link in the description. Hold on, you guys are not seeing this. I must do this. There you go. And if you want to try out my game, it's also in the description and in the pinned comment. Oh, the sensitivity is very high. Okay. Well, we just deal with it, I guess. All right. So they said WASDA in space. Yep. Seems pretty straightforward. And I can cast my... Oh, they had like a camera transition to the hook. Okay, that's kind of interesting. What I did was had a separate camera that you could look on like a tablet in order to see what's under the water. And a lot of other games either didn't have like deep sea fishing, like your rod was always on the surface, or they didn't really... or they did like a side view. So it seems like me and this person are the only two that I've seen thus far to do like a camera that follows the hook. I'm not seeing any fish down here. It's just going to the bottom, very ominously. And unfortunately, we're kind of in the corner. Okay, it just snapped me back. But what about over here? Can I go in the water? Oh, I can. And I died. I don't just drown. Okay, well, let's go over here. There's, you can see through the roll a little bit. You're lucky to... Oh, oh, there it is. There it is. So there was no exposition in the game for what I'm supposed to be doing. But we can try casting your hook again. Oh, there's fish in here. Okay. Those are some creepy looking fish. Okay, we're nowhere near any of them. I might want to just pull back up and cast again, knowing that they are... So if I go here, maybe? No, that's not going to be far enough. Unless every time I cast in, they move around or... Spawn. Okay, let's try and get near them. Oh, he's grabbed it. So I'm going to pull him up. I got a fish. It's worth 34. 34 points, okay? Anybody over here? Now the timer is counting up. I don't know what it's counting up to. Okay, let's pull it back in. Okay, so there's those fish in there. What about over here? Is there different fish? They are different, maybe? No, I think that's the same model, but there are more fish over here. Okay, I might have to go over there. I don't think they're going to come to me. Okay, yeah. Let's walk around to this side and fish from here. That might not be far enough again. They're trolling me. But over here. Seriously. I literally cast it. Out in the middle. All of them. Can any of you... Oh, maybe this guy will grab us? Get attracted in? The shiny jewel? No? Damn, these fish are not willing. Oh, he's coming right at us. There we go. Pull him in. Worth 19, okay. So if I have fish, is there anything I can do with them? Oh, well, I just died. Now I have to start all over again. Okay, you could have just made it so that we can't walk into the water. That probably would have been a good idea. Guess we'll take a look around the asteroid to see if there's anything else. Obviously we can fish there, but if there's nothing I can do with the fish, then... I died, and now my mouse is... There we go. Didn't give me my cursor back for a second. Alright, this might be a short one. We know we can catch these fish. That's cool. I like that it actually has... It casted out. You don't really do much else, so... Really? I don't think anyone did it so you can actually charge up and cast it out farther or shorter. Other than this. This is the closest I've seen. The rest of us all kind of copped out. Had it basically be straight down. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to this. We can, let's see. Fortunately, I would call this game currently a blatantly unfinished one. So wasn't able to implement all the necessary mechanics in time, such as NPCs and dialogue system. All right, so I think that is, in fact, what we get. We'll rate it. The fishing would be more fun if there's more fish. You only had a single fish, so your bestiary is pretty weak. The fishing enjoyment... I mean, I'll give you something, because it is nice that I can walk around the entire lake, or the multiple lakes, and cast where I want to, roughly speaking, and distances, but it was still pretty jank. Horror elements, you got a little bit. You got the mood, you got the creepy fish, but there's nothing else. There just isn't enough. There is no lore. Your visuals are not bad, for what little there are. I'd say pretty average. All right. Well, that was definitely a quick one. If they're all that fast, then we will be done in no time. I don't think they will. All right. Beneath the surface, I have to download it. And oops, I want to go to the game page. You can look at that while I set up quickly. I need to extract it and move into another folder, etc. Let's see. Beneath the surface... Folder's just called build. Okay. And what I do is I need to set up. I'm basically just using, since I'm playing on Linux, I am for Windows only builds like this one. FisherHorrorGame.exe. I'm setting it up in Steam actually to run on Proton, that which works well. It does work well. All right, you guys need to be able to see the game, so hold on. Fishing horror game. There it is. Okay. Let us check the options. Sensitivity, I'm almost certainly... Wait. Oh, it's... How do I can change this one. How do I change this one? How do I change the other ones? Oh, wait. I just can't click on the sensitivity one. I can change sound effects and background music. The sensitivity ones are not working. Okay. Let's hope it's not super sensitive. Oh, it's very sensitive. Okay. It's tolerable. We can deal with it. Peter, I should clean up the house before leaving. I can change my clothes. It just fades to black. And I can't see myself. I've got no legs, so I don't know what clothes I'm changing. All right, we've got a dither effect. I think this is probably the same shader for dither that a lot of people used. Well, actually, maybe not, because it is actually set per object. It's not the whole screen. So when you move, that's actually a good effect. That actually looks so much more tasteful than the other dither effects we were seeing. They're using it for like grime and stuff, and that's not bad. That's a pretty good effect. Very jaggedy aliasing on the buildings, but I can't see if there's any cars or anything. I would imagine not, but I think I can see through the cracks in the sidewalk there, maybe? Or that line's something else. Seems like I could step onto the bed, but maybe not. All right, well, go to the kitchen. I don't have any footsteps currently. Oh, I can run with shift. Okay. Grab the pizza box. Throw it in the trash bin. Now this is how do I throw it in the trash bin? Oh, Q. In game, they've not told me any controls. I guess I could check the page. It probably explains. Why is it a move? Interact E, drop Q, run shift. Okay. Very good. I guess you guys probably read the description on the page while I was setting things up. I did, though. Go back to your room and get ready. I already changed my clothes, so... I already did this. So now I'm changing back into my pajamas. Go to the front door. Yeah, but what about these doors? Well, that is front door. Okay. Oh, I'm outside in a boat now. Walking around. I am very short. Or I'm squatting. Okay. I'm on the boat. Now what do I do? I definitely feel like I'm sitting height, but I can walk around. Also, interact for E was it's not doing anything. It doesn't. What is that? Is that the sun? No. Well, I don't know why there's this circular effect on the water when I look over the edge. What am I supposed to be doing? There's nothing here. Let me check the page. Let's see. Oh. This game. You start with simple catches, working a foggy coastline. Okay, I'm supposed to be able to. Keep fishing and decide how far you're willing to go. Okay, let me show you guys the game again. How do I fish? How do I fish? There's nothing happening. There's literally nothing happening. Did I break it? by changing my clothes twice. Well, I can't fish. There's actually no menu from here either. Like escape, tab, Q, E. Nothing does anything. And I can't jump or get on these blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to restart the game. We're going to play again from the beginning. And see what happens. Bye. I should clean up. Yeah. So we go to the kitchen. We grab the box. Throw it here. And I'm going to take a look out here just for funsies. Cool. Now, I'm pretty sure they used pre-made assets, like free assets, based on the description of the credits. I didn't change my clothes. And looks like nothing's happening again. Okay. It lets us sequence break, but then doesn't actually work. One more time with feeling. We're speed running now. No distractions. Do this, go back to your room, get ready. Change my clothes. Is there a fishing rod I need to take? Open the front door. It doesn't tell me to. I don't see any around. So, yeah, I don't see anything. Open the front door. Done exactly as it told us to. And I can't seem to fish. I don't know. Let me check comments. Let's tell these like Q drop is cute. Okay, everyone else got stuck when they left the apartment and got on the boat. Okay. So that is actually all there is. As you on the door leads me to the middle of the lake, empty-handed. Once I left the apartment and got into the boat, there didn't seem to be anything to do on the boat. Well, it's a shame because like they have a single screenshot, I guess, of a person on a boat with a rod. So there was no fishing. There were no fish. Wasn't actually any horror elements or lore. The visuals are good, but like they're also just prepackaged ones. Let's see from. Oh yeah, they're all just free from itch.io. Where did these assets come into play? Where's our cop? And a villager? House interior? Okay, that's where he got the bed and all this stuff from. Okay. Well, I mean, I was very intrigued by this one, and there's just nothing to it, unfortunately. All right, then we will go next. This one should be weird because it requires the webcam. I don't know how well this is going to work. We looked at this briefly last time, but I didn't have my webcam set up. I technically have it set up this time around, so we can try. I don't know if it will work. That's the real question. So far, all I have is a black screen. Did it not load? Or is it loading? I'm not sure. Does it have any more description? Let's see. Game system requirements setup. Game source code. Webcam required. Enable your webcam to allow the game to detect your head. Okay. Recommended distance for optimal tracking. Okay, it doesn't actually say I have to do anything other than hit play. There's no download. It just doesn't work. I could try in Firefox, potentially, but my Firefox is way more locked down than in Chrome, so I'll take a look. If it works, I'll show you guys. Nope, and it is in fact erroring. Failed to create WGPU surface. What the console shows. Okay, so I don't think I can play this, unfortunately. I even have my webcam set up, but it's probably using things that maybe don't work in Linux. I don't know. If I do this. Nope. Really don't know. Open the console. Unable to find a GPU. I clearly have a GPU. So, yeah, I guess I just can't play this. They didn't give us a download. I could look at the game source. What is this? He doesn't have any instructions for actually setting it up, so. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to pass, unfortunately. All right. For entries that we haven't rated. Picture of Souls. Let's see what this one's about. You are the Fisher of Souls. Fish in the river Styx and decide whether the souls you catch are worthy of crossing to the underworld, or should remain in the purgatory of the water. Okay, for assets, he got some stuff from the Unity Asset Store. Okay. We will wait for it to load. Unity games tend to not. Oh, actually, the file size wasn't that bad. Okay. And you guys are seeing it fine? Yeah. Okay. Mute button, but the audio is pretty low as it is anyways. We got coins, something here, and souls, I take it? Let's talk. Hail, Fisher. Catch me a soul and cast judgment. Actually, I need to... Hold on, there you go. Who are you? I will ferry any soul with an obol coin or obol coin to the afterlife. Take the bait. Fish. You're here to give your judgment. My story is long, but speaking from my life as a businessman, I know it to be brief. I did not set out to kill people, but that is what I did. I suffer every day knowing this. How did it happen? Greed. My own awful greed. I started out full of enthusiasm. I would create a booming international business to rival Amazon. I would employ people in places where work was hard to find. I was proud of this. But as my business prospered, my wealth grew. I became greedier. As well as greedier, I became full of fears. What would happen if my company hit hard times and crumbled? How would I survive? Reduced all overheads, worker salaries, only use the cheapest materials. Then one day a fire broke out. Hundreds of workers died. A week later, security checks, another 5. Oh, and then it just scrolled to the end. Okay. Let's see. Lawsuits were taken out against him. Finally had no stock left to sell. I saw the damage my life would cause. After a long stretch in jail and finally miraculously securing a loan, set up a new company. I swore to treat my workers well this time and to give away 75% of all my income. I lived like this for 10 years until one day the past caught up with me. Now here I am. I will accept your judgment humbly, whatever it may be. Catch soul. Okay. I talk. Are you ready to cast a judgment on a soul? There's still more souls to catch. I've made a decision. Businessman's soul. Well, I'm sorry to say, but okay, so he was basically capitalist scum, and his absolute greed caused hundreds of people to die. Hundreds of people that were working for him. And then he got off essentially scot-free. He got put in jail and then reflected on himself, made another company, and according to him, treats the employees correctly and gives away 75% of his money. Ha 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 ha. We all know how that works. They just say, oh, but it's the money I actually have, my investments and all this, and my multiple billion-dollar houses, they don't count. Obviously, I can't give 75% of those away. I'm going to forsake him. I don't believe him. Turn to fishing. Fish. That monster killed my husband and my sons. They worked in the hell holes that raft threw up without trained architects or safety checks. My husband and sons, the loves and lights of my life, were machinists, worked 12-hour shifts against the racket of engines. Metal clanging against metal in the miles of echoing walls and ceilings. There were too few fire exits, and so my family, all the workers, died in the flames of his greed. My fury is only dimmed. Oh, I see. So this is someone else who is related to the story of the businessman. And who did he kill? Or who did they kill? I not regret killing him, and I ask for no mercy, and then it just scrolled right to the end. And now I have to try and scroll it back up. Okay, I can click and drag. Fear is only dimmed with the hope that their spirits resident. Okay. Oh, so he's the one that. This is the person that killed the manager we just damned. They do not regret it. Oh, sorry to say. I will catch your soul. Yeah, I made a decision. Forsaken. I know what he did was awful. He also went to jail, and then when he got out of jail, you killed him. You took judgment. You took what's it called, into your own hands. Justice. How sad is that you can't even think of the word justice to even remotely describe what happened to these people. All right, another person. I see you coming, snooping, spying on me, ready to cast judgment. Well, you'll only find the truth with me. No excuses or whitewashing. I will tell you everything exactly as it was, and you will soon see that I had every right to act as I did. Firstly, you must know by now the kind of person that Raph was. Greedy, self-obsessed. All he thought about was his wealth. He built himself absurd palaces in 5 different countries, and he had a plane, a helicopter, and 3 massive yachts. I already intuited that. Literally did. He was featured in magazines and newspapers worldwide. He was always the top of Forbes list. Well, he even was handsome in a way that money cannot buy. Yet I could see through him. Journalists loved to focus on how badly he treated his employees, but they thought he treated his equals. He bragged and boasted and stole the limelight from worthy competitors like me. So I thought, if he wants to treat his employees badly, if he wants to make his products on a shoestring, I'll help him on his way. It was I who recommended the cheap, unsafe paneling. Bro! What? Well, guess you're going to get damned along with him. I urged him to fire any employee who brought up health or safety issues. I assured him that myself and all his other competitors were doing just the same. If he didn't act in the same way, he would have to charge higher prices and lose his customers to us. Well, sir. You're an easy one. You're an easy one. I made a decision. Forsake. You're tasked with scrutinizing me, just as when I was Minister of Finance, I was tasked with scrutinizing business and their taxes. You must do your job, even though it fills me with terror, as I know I deserve to be sent to hell. I will not try to sway your judgment. You must act in a way that I wish. Oh, how I wish I had acted. You must look at the truth and act on it. Okay, bro, I know. I know what my job is here. Turning a blind eye to it when it was inconvenient. Someone wove a delicate web of lies to charm me away from what I knew to be true. When I became minister, I was full of hope. I was determined to follow the law to the letter. And I believed the government. Look, following the law to the letter does not necessarily mean you're good. That means you're lawful. I mean you're good. There are plenty of evil laws. That is for sure. That was naive. Okay. My peers repeatedly told me that strong government involves compromise, involves accepting deals that must be made, sometimes even with the devil. I refused to believe I'd made such a deal. I reassured myself, remembering how the Prime Minister had personally asked me to let Raf off his taxes to ensure he kept his business in our country. And this, he said, was enough to benefit our people. My action was wrong. It lost billions of pounds. This should have been ours. We were pushed into debt, into the hands of our debtors. I mean, this guy seems like he was taken advantage of, according to him. We're going to take more bait because I'm not going to judge him yet. There might be more context around it, but he's tentatively a victim and he's at least remorseful. You're here to see into my soul and to judge it. But how will you find your way through the twists and turns? How will you follow the glorious trails of love and joy which once emblazed? What will happen as the heavy fogs of loathing roll in and obscure your way? Or you must go back in time to truly see me. You must enter the world where my every thought was to help Raf after his release from prison. I was his counselor. And the moment we met, I fell in love. Yet he was a man who was tortured by his past actions. The counselor fell in love with the clientele. That's not great, but how could I not fall in love with a man like this? Well, he didn't feel the same. He's too focused on atoning for his past. I was crushed. Never had I felt a love that deep before. Okay. But I accepted what he said. He gave me a job as his company welfare officer. Overall, he'd never dreamt of creating the previous company. Loved working with him, being near him. The one day, he was getting married. Oh, so he didn't love her back. Okay. Dark mists of vengeance rolled over me. In this moment, I cursed him. Oh, he had manipulated and lied to me since the start. When I learned about his murder, I felt as though it was my crime. Had my poisoned thoughts somehow manifested in his death? I mean, she also didn't really seem to do anything. She may have been led on. Highly likely. But she didn't directly do anything wrong. No more souls left to catch. All right, time to judge. All right. I'm the minister and the scorned soul. You guys get to go. I finished judgment. Your job here is done, Fisher. Pay an obol to cross over, or remain here for eternity to fish alone. I'll pay the ferryman. More souls left to catch. Oh, well. I already did this. Oh, I can't click it again. All right, well. There wasn't really an ending. I don't know. All right. Cool. I mean, they at least had a neat little story that we had to kind of uncover and judge them. We don't really find out if we were right or wrong or not, which is fine. Game ended when I had souls to judge. I wanted to do yeah, you can't unfortunately submit bug fixes during the period. You can change it afterward all you want, but not during voting. Well, lore-wise, pretty damn good. There wasn't a whole lot of audio and visuals, but it wasn't bad. What was there looked fine. Horror elements. I would give it a passing grade on horror. I mean, we are judging the souls of the damned. And the things they did were pretty horrific. It's interesting the order they decided to present them in. Fishing? That's interesting because we were fishing for souls, which is an interesting take of it. I mean, the title is literally Fisher of Souls. Um, we had 5 different souls to fish up. We didn't really have any choices in them. We got to decide what happened to them afterward, but never saw the results of that. We never got to see the consequences of our choices. But that's not really part of the bestiary. I would say, oh, if they had done more of these and you went into like another scenario or something like that, we did like 20 of them, then maybe, or even like, I don't know, even 10 or 15. But 5, just one scenario. It's just different perspectives of people that took part in the events. This is why lore is high, but bestiary lost. So fishing enjoyment. I mean, I think I give them a passing grade for that because it was enjoyable in that it was unique, and I liked being able to see the different people that took part in this series of events and piece together who did what, who was responsible, who was a victim, do I believe them or not, that kind of thing. I'd say it was mildly enjoyable. Uh it's a bit thin, but yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's see. The eighth line. Eighth line's HIO page. I don't know why I read that aloud, but how many people rated this? 3. Okay. You've come to the lakeside cabin to get away from it all. The fishing is peaceful until you look beneath the surface. Cast your line into the lake, then descend with the bait. Down in the dark water, you'll find things that should have stayed forgotten. Okay, decent setup. On foot, WASDA and the most look around, either interact or click Q to close menu, go back. Fishing underwater. Most look around, scroll up to reel in. Okay. Space hold position. In the house. Okay, it's more or less as you would expect. As you would expect. Settings. Actually, we can leave it up. There's a sensitivity bar. Neat. Finally, a place to get away from it all. Dave told me about this place. I should call him and let him know I made it. Alright, I've got control. That's to the move. Eat, enter the house. It's nice to have like the contextual button prompts. I can sleep. Use the PC. Video call. Dave Kowalski? That like from like Monsters Inc? You made it. Just got in. Yo, nice. How's the place? Told you it was a steal. Why was this place so cheap? Can't wait to try the fishing. He didn't reply to why it was so cheap. Oh yeah. Go catch some fish and send me a pic. Sure. Good luck out there, man. Talk later. All right, let's go fishing. Oh, I can't walk off the path. There's an invisible wall. They knew I would try. Oh, geez. There's a grid. Key to cast. Oh, now I'm out here. I couldn't catch anything. I should report to Dave. What? That was a little confusing. You went fishing. Didn't catch a thing. I mean, oh, sorry. I went fishing. Nothing. Not even a bite. Damn, that lake's dead. Yeah, just sat there for an hour. Oh, wait. Did you find the box I sent? It should be somewhere in the house. Box. An underwater camera. You strap it to the line. Figured it'd be fun to see what's down there. You're way too into this. Maybe we can figure out where the fish are hiding. Anyway, try it out tomorrow. Yeah, night. In the box. I mean, it's probably this box that I looked at earlier. And in a box is an underwater camera inside. Some sleep. I should get some sleep. Fishing. Fishing, hunting, something every day. Let's, there's a green thing on the mini map. Let's cast out here. All right, this is the third person to have an underwater camera like this. Wait, I gotta cast it out. Oh. I got a fish, a small lake fish. At least something's alive down there. I caught a fish. I should tell Dave. Are you fishing, son? I sure am fishing. Thanks, Dad. I just caught my first fish. I'm gonna go tell my friend Dave. Video call. Dave. I caught a fish today. First one from this lake. Nice. Told you there'd be a fish. That camera worth the money now? Yeah, thanks for sending it. Maybe there's even more fish down there. Keep at it. Yeah, I will. Oh, hey, check the camera footage when you get a chance. Might be something interesting on the bottom. Sure, I'll take a look. All right, talk later. Underwater camera. Hey, Poon. Hey, French. French ferret. Welcome, welcome. Something lies at the bottom of the lake. Is that it? Okay, so I'm gonna fish it up probably tomorrow. Report to Dave. Oh, I'm just gonna tell Dave right now. I checked the camera footage. There's something on the bottom of the lake. Stuff on the bottom. Like what? Trash? People dump stuff in lakes all the time. Maybe, but it looked weird. If it really bugs you, try calling the property manager. They might know what's up with the lake. Got it. I'll look into it. Anyway, don't overthink it. Later. Yeah, don't overthink it. Oh, Helen. Who's Helen? Property manager. Oh, right. He just said that. Hi, is this the property manager? I'm renting the lakeside house. Yes, this is Helen Marsh. How may I help you? I had an underwater camera in the lake today. There's something on the bottom. An underwater camera? Can't tell what it is from the footage. Do you know anything about the lake? I see. The lake is old. Things accumulate over the years. Right. You enjoy the fishing? Do enjoy the fishing. Good night. Night. I don't know why we'd want to tell the property manager about stuff at the bottom of the lake. Like, there's always going to be junk at the bottom of lakes. I called the property manager like you said. Oh, yeah? What'd you say? Not much, just that the lake is old and stuff piles up. Felt like she was dodging the question. Why would she know what's at the bottom of the lake? Huh? Well, maybe she just doesn't know. Yeah, exactly. Don't read too much into it. Maybe. Can't stop thinking about it. I'm going to try fishing near where the camera picks something up. Treasure hunting in the lake. Must be careful. Just be careful, okay? Talk later. Think nothing of it, but be careful, he says. Search the bottom of the lake. We're going out at night, even though I just slept. So it looks like there's a thing right here. You must fish. Oh yeah, there it is. Can I hook it? Scroll it in. An old boot. Leather rotted. Only the buckle remains. Could be decades old. Okay, well, there is another one here that we can reach. That looks more like what we want. Oh, we grabbed something else. A waterproof note. I'm so glad I came here. Everyone feels like family. Why would there be... Well, there's no other marks on our map, so we're just going to pick a random spot then. Any more fish? Oh, there's a fish there. Small lake fish. At least something's alive down there. What about over here? I don't see anything. Oh, got a fish. Seems like the green is me. Report to Dave. All right, well, wasn't anything special. I don't think there's any reason to get more fish. You call. Dr. Dave. Pulled a boot out of the lake. An old one. A boot? That's kind of creepy. Anything else? And the camera. There's more stuff there. Can't tell what any of it is. It's not natural. What do you mean? Stuff you can't make out. Dude, it's probably just junk. Don't freak yourself out. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. All right, talk later. Collected items. We got an old boot and the waterproof note. Call Helen. For finding a boot? All right. Helen, I pulled a boot out of the lake today. A boot? How old did it look? Oh, why do you ask? Good night. Good night. So she did not answer that at all. All right. She is being a little bit suspicious. Like she was expecting an answer. Okay, so there's some more loot. I kind of like this grid-based approach. With the mini-map showing you where the thing is. Oh, we got it. An old envelope. Teacher says if we return to the lake, we will be free. I mean, it's a little sus. So I don't know why these letters are at the bottom of the lake or why they're waterproof. It did call out that they're waterproof. A rusted locket. Inside, a faded photo of a young woman and a child. Or to Dave. Dave! I keep finding letters under the water. Forget the boot. I went back to that spot again. Dude, you're getting creeped out. Just stop fishing there. I found a locket in the lake. There's a photo inside and an engraving about a teacher. A locket with a photo inside. A note about a teacher? What are you, Snake? Just gonna repeat everything I say? CQC. A woman and a kid in the photo. Engraving on the back says 4E. Dude, are you serious? That's not garbage. Someone lived there. No. What the hell is that in the camera footage? Is that... No way. Call the police. And tell them what? I found old junk in the lake? Why are you still there? Good question. Just be careful, please. Yeah. About Helen. Found something else. A locket with initials E. A locket with initials. Helen? That property has been difficult to rent. Now you know why. No, I don't. Tell me. I should have told you before you arrived. I'm sorry. Years ago, a group lived on that land. They called themselves a family. That's... Okay, yes. Most families call themselves a family. Not a group. Is she an alien? A group? Sorry, that was me. A group? Their leader. His name was Elias. E. Initial E. Gas. She just hung up on me. Underwater camera. Okay, there's nothing else there. Get some sleep, yes. Just sleep. Everything's completely normal. Where's the lake bottom? All right. So much for getting fish. We're collecting trash. I put it here. Pull it up. Teacher says if we return to the lake, we will be free. Tomorrow night, all of us. Elias goes first. I'm not scared. I'm not. Okay. Wonder when something's gonna happen during that walk back to the house. Dave. Finally, I've been waiting for you to call. Sorry, I was outside. I looked it up. Mirror Lake cult. It was in the news a long time ago. Dude, you called it. You called that it was a cult. ... 7 people walked into the water one night. Some kind of ritual led by a guy named Elias Croft. The leader's body was never found. You hear me? Never found. I know, I found a diary page. Please leave. I'm not joking. Pack your stuff and drive back tonight. I will. Soon. Not soon. Now. Why am I reporting to Dave if I just hung up on Dave? I'm still here. Found that place for you. I told you to go there. This is my fault. It's not your fault. If anything happens to you, nothing's going to happen. Get out, please. Call Helen. Hey, Helen. You found the diary. How did you know? Then you know, or you're close to knowing. Tell me what happened. One winter night, they walked into the lake, all of them, 7 people, men, women, and children. Children? Elias told them that the lake would set them free, that the water was the beginning and the end. They found most of the bodies, but not his, never his. He knew this whole time. And he rented this place to me. Bad stuff happens in plenty of places. It's not going to be haunted. Like, come on now. I'm sorry, she says. I'm going to call her right back. Okay. I rented that property because no one else would take it, I thought. If someone normal lived there, maybe it would just become a house again. It's still just a house. I was wrong. The lake doesn't forget. What? What? Turn to the lake. Dude, it's just some trash left over from when bad things happened. A long time ago. I'm at the lake. Alright, we'll go fishing and just around the spot. Will it be... Oh, it's a cutscene. I have no control over this time. Oh, he's walking. Thank you for playing. If you enjoyed this game, we hope to continue the full story someday. This game was made for Fishing Horror Jam 2. Not bad. Not bad at all. BGM, sound effects, on Gene. Okay. Is that just adult? Tisa. Alright. Very good. I would like to know more about the story. Due to time constraints, the full story could not be included in this version. If the game is well received, we'd continue updating it. Fishing enjoyment. Well, actually, let's do the first one. The easy one is bestiary. Obviously, there's only a single fish. We got to fish up some junk, but they were all story related. So it didn't really feel like I was collecting a bunch of, unique fish or anything like that. And they're all in the same location. So like I don't think you're getting high points for the bestiary per se. Yeah. I did like the grid mechanic just because it's like, okay, I know something's over there. I'm gonna cast in that specific spot. It eliminates a lot of the vagueness of just trying to cast it and get something way on the bottom. Like it'd probably be a pain in the ass otherwise. Although you could probably go past it and then go down to the bottom and then drag it along the bottom. That probably would have worked as well. And probably would have been maybe a little more engaging. I don't know. More collecting junk in than fishing. That seems to be a theme today. Somehow in the first day, we got all the games where we were actually fishing for fish. Today we're fishing for souls, for junk, for like anything other than a variety of fish. Which is fair. It is still a horror game game jam. And you're always encouraged to do creative things with the theme. But when one of the criteria you're being judged on is fishing bestiary, it doesn't have to be like a literal bestiary, like opening up a book and looking at all the fish, but I interpret it as having some variety in your fish and what you're actually fishing up. So I don't know. I'll give it a passing grade on fishing enjoyment because I did like the mechanics of it. I wish there was more to it as usual, but obviously they were short on time and they were focused more on like the lore. So like the lore is quite good. They set up everything. There weren't really any major questions in terms of why you're there, what you're doing. It was a little goofy and why we were so concerned about this stuff. Like they didn't have like an urban legend of, oh, he's still under the water and he gets whoever rents this house. They didn't say that at all. It just kind of happened at the end. Um, and the friend was concerned for seemingly very little reason. Like, yeah, you don't want to be somewhere where there was 7 people that were tricked into killing themselves, but my first thought was, "Oh, the guy didn't actually die in the water and he would be alive and he'd be waiting to, push me into the lake or something like that." But instead, he walked at us at the bottom of the lake toward where the hook is, which isn't threatening to me. Not that so much. But I would say you definitely get like a passing grade at least on the horror elements because they set up that there's definitely weird stuff going on. The property manager is doing weird stuff, not answering questions fully. Obviously, there's this history toward the game, or not the game, but the house and the lake. A perfectly round lake, by the way. Well, at least by this image here. The visuals were, I mean, they were pretty good, and all the audio made sense. Nothing was out of place. So there weren't like obnoxious filters or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, pretty good overall. Oh, hey, Jake, who made night fishing. Night fishing is my favorite game of the game jam. Honestly, yeah, I guess his game really didn't have much in the way of lore. They had a little bit of setup, and that was about it. But everything else was like fantastic. Uh, so that's unfortunate that he kind of soft locked himself, but this game's good. I liked it. One of the better ones today. So Senrai, we're not playing because it was submitted like a year ago, and obviously that's not for the game jam. So let's go to going home. Unless someone in chat wants me to play their game first, I will prioritize people that are here and do their game first so they can see. Otherwise, I'll play this. Short game jam project for this game jam. Cannot promise that this game is completely playable. Oh boy. Okay. Ben Godot. And there's no full screen option, apparently. So I'm going to have to zoom in by a lot. Okay. Press H to view the tutorial again. Click to cast out your lure near a fish. Once lured, hold down the left mouse button. Follow the fish until it is caught. Avoid overcrowding your lure as it may scare the fish. I don't know what they mean by that. Don't fall behind. Keep up with the lure to secure the catch. But this fishing may not be simple. Okay. So I do this. Hold. I don't know what happened there. Oh, I see. I have to keep my mouse in the area while holding left click. I caught halibut. Seems to be no sound. Oh, I think you said don't overcrowd, like get multiple fish at once because it flips out. And rather than call it a bug and fix it, he calls it a feature, like a true developer. A codfish. I don't know why it's like cut off. Oh, there we go. I guess I was too zoomed in. Oh, that one didn't work. Yeah, there we go. This fish is very easy. Never mind. Did I get it? There's a bar filling up in the top left, and I don't necessarily know what for. I've only caught 2 of the fish, actually. Somehow the others got away. I got 3 now. I don't know if that percentage is just until we go home, perhaps. I like the guy's art. Well, fishing system definitely a little jank. They're just now going under my boat. Oh, hey. Aren't you far from home? I'll cut you a deal. Give me 2 fish and I'll let you go. I've got 5 fish, so all right. Now we're down to 3. So I guess I have to get enough fish to be able to pay her. Okay. So that is the main gameplay loop. You're going off screen. There we go. Grab it. It's mildly amusing to see the other fish just flip out if it goes into your area. Okay. This is definitely a mechanic I've not seen anyone else do. I guess we saw somewhat similar where they had like white orbs and you had to keep your mouse over them, but it was way harder than this. This is very forgiving. Let's say 4 fish, you call it a day. All right. So she went from 3 to 4. So the next time she'll probably ask for 5. And we're only halfway home, I guess. We're going to need a lot more fish. If it keeps going up and up and up, how much she asked for. Okay, we've got 7. Problem is with this is I can't read chat. Oh, that was weird. I don't know what happened there. I need to catch fish. It went off screen, I swear. How was I supposed to do that? Seems like there's only like it's saying that I catch different fish, but they're all visually the same. Like I got a mackerel. I guess they have different behaviors. Perhaps. Some of them are slow, some of them are fast, but if we're just asked for total quantity of fish, it doesn't really matter which ones we catch. I can't visually distinct them anyway, so doesn't really make much of a difference. Like I can't make decisions really. Want 5 fish? No, 6 more fish. I'm doing you a favor after all. All right, well, we're almost home, so that's cool, I guess. Means I probably have to get like 10 to be safe here. Should be doable. Except I messed that one up somehow. We need some kind of feedback for when it fails. You know, like audio or shaking or something. 7. It's weird that I have to keep my mouse clicked for that. Instead of just being in the area, I also have to hold left click. Wonder what the reasoning for that is. It does make it feel a little more tense because like your hand is clenched. I've got 10 fish. That's probably enough. Wait, the counter just went to 0. What happens like can't click on home? It just reset. Is it supposed to happen? I was expecting the end of the game when it got to 100%. Like you got home or something. Also, the witch has not talked to me. Again, I was expecting her to demand more fish. Oh my gosh, they're getting away from me. So I'm thinking this might be it. I don't know if they got far enough in development to have any kind of game over or win screen. Uh, I don't remember what percentage she first showed up the first time around, or if it's just I'm just fishing for fun. I may just be doing this for fun, I guess. Also, the percentage is going up very slowly too. Hmm. Yeah, I think that might be it. Let's rate it, I guess. No sound really hurts the horror. Yeah, like sound is so important for horror. Like, well, I was a little hesitant about doing the game jam, but everybody, including me, was saying we need some sound. Um, yeah, I mean, just reset. Okay, the same thing happened to him. It just reset, and then nothing else happened. So I really don't like that they lumped visuals and audio together. They really should have them as separate rating schemes. Maybe there's a limit to how many you can have here, and they still wanted to include it. There wasn't really any lore whatsoever. There was no NPCs to talk to. There was no notes. There's no reason for why we're there. Uh, the visuals are okay. Like the guy is cool. Everything else is just silhouettes of the same fish. There's no audio. Like it's not horror. It's not. It's not. It's more than nothing, but it is lacking. Horror wise, the sea lady was kind of creepy, I guess, visually, but you barely see her, to be honest. So, and with no audio at all, it's hard to be spooked. Also, the reason why I did 3D this time around was because first person for horror games makes way more sense. Like you want that immersion. So just seeing purple guy here in the boat is not as horrifying as you might think, you know? Yeah, hard to grade something that's not finished. It's clearly not finished. I'll give them a little bit more than nothing because they do have the spooky fish lady that demands fish. I don't know what happens if anything if you don't have enough fish. You know what? Let's test that. What happens if she shows up and I don't have enough fish? What if I just do nothing? Will she even show up if I don't have enough fish? I'm curious. I guess I could have that run on the side while we continue to rate it. And I'll bring it back over. So fishing bestiary, well, there were technically different fish. It's just text that changes. There's no visuals. There's no different. There's no way to distinguish them before you catch them. Uh, so like, yeah, on a technicality, you get a 2. Fishing enjoyment. It was. It was not horrible, but it was not fun. I wouldn't say. All right. Well, we'll close it. She hasn't showed up yet. At 19%. Oh, right. To do this. There you go. So I've got 0 fish. She hasn't shown up at 22% yet. I want to know if anything happens if you can't. I assume it doesn't work. I just assume nothing happens. Um, 30%. When did she show up last time? Let's get one fish. Maybe we need at least one fish for her to show up. Oh no, there she is. Give you 2 fish and I'll let you go. Feed. Oh, there is a game over screen. There you go. A rare game over screen. No way to retry. Okay. I think we've seen everything we need to see there. David is still in the car. Also marked as unfinished. Sorry, Jam voters. I was unable to get back to finish this. Right now, it's not possible to save David. I'm awaiting gallbladder removal surgery. Okay, fair. Flashing lights warning. Short horror game about rescuing your child, who we cannot actually rescue. Dirtbug games. David is still in the car. Did they go into a lake? We were headed back from a fishing trip. Just me, Sarah, and David. David fell asleep in his car seat about an hour from home. A deer stepped into the road. The guardrail gave. I can't see anything. It's so dark. That might be intentional, but I surfaced. Sarah was on the bank. David is still in the car. You jump. Find the headlights, reach David. Oh, it's a very smoothed out and looking around. I take it we're supposed to be underwater, but it's like black. Very, very dark. Something large passes through the dark beyond your light. Did it? Because I can't see shit. Shadow cuts across the headlights. Did it? Oh, God. My eyes. You never reached him. David is still in the car. They did say you can't actually save him, so that might just be it. Might just be it. It's a little hard to rate that. In terms of visuals, ow, my eyes. Why did you blare red in my face? And I couldn't see any, or very little for that matter. In audio, you had a couple mild sound effects. I don't think I can give that much, I'm afraid. Lore-wise, you had something. At least a setup. Horror elements. It had potential for the horror elements. Diving into the water. Try and get your child from the vehicle. I don't know how the gameplay of that would work. I don't. Like, at all, but that is spooky. And you'd have to be on a time limit because you can only hold your breath so long. And the monster's just going to kill you, as we saw. We didn't really get to see what the monster was. So we got something. There was no fishing. There was no fishing. It was just a horror game. We are, I think we had a much better first day. We had a lot of really good games. Maybe you are the fish. Maybe. Okay. What one probably looks like the most complete game? I mean, actually, probably this one, actually. Let's see. Fishing horror game featuring a narrative around ecology, climate disaster, and disrupting established norms. Okay, about the game. A disclaimer of the current scope. There is one line of NPC dialogue. Okay. Are we gonna have a narrative with one line of dialogue? Okay. That's even less than I did. It's a prototype. All right, well. Let's see what it is. We got Godot. Settings. A&D. Jump. Notebook. Interact. And quit. Oops, back to the main menu. One line, fish, fish, fish. Okay, credits wise, I love the Godot default text boxes with scroll bars. Ghost Monster or game note pages. Okay, so they used a bunch of free assets. Worth noting. In a plane, not unlike your own, a realm stands poised on the edge of ecological collapse. Without further and immediate intervention, their world will no longer be able to sustain life. You have been sent to this place, or this plane, to investigate and intervene in the numerous recent deaths. Continue. Okay, so I can go left and right. I didn't know there were other spirits around here. Continue to nighttime. Okay, we can cast a rod. Something is biting. Reel it in. That's not a normal catch. What did I get? Great, you caught a well. What is that? That's not a normal catch. You somehow snagged the sea star. Sea star. Sea star. A sea star. What is that? Well, what is that? That's not a normal catch. What is it? That's not a normal catch. That's not a normal catch. there's like 3 options that we can catch. We can look at our notebook. Observation logs. Which is behind this stuff. Caught something from the ocean. Caught something. Oh, I see. I caught something from the ocean. Okay, journal thoughts. There's nothing. All right, continue to daytime. Day 2. I didn't know there were other spirits around here. Continue to nighttime. Cast a rod. Okay, I think this might be it. I think this might be the whole game. Yup. All right. They put more work into this page than they put into the actual implementation. Key bindings are not rebindable yet. Okay, I was going to give them credit for that, but nope, apparently not. There's no save load system. What would you even save? The day? Functional gravity and jumping is what they want to do in the future. Guys, you had 2 weeks to do this. Technically more than 2 weeks. Someone was having trouble opening the game. Okay, I didn't have any problems with that. This is going to be a tough one. So, fishing enjoyment. It was click 2 buttons and you got 1 of 3 random text messages. So not particularly fun or variety sake. Horror elements. I was laughing. Does that count as horror if I'm laughing at it? Not a normal catch. That would be a amusing comment to leave. There wasn't any horror. Just being someone that is fishing doesn't count. Even if I am coming from another plane. Lore-wise, they had a little bit of lore. It was mostly outside of the game, but it does exist. And the visuals are mostly free assets, but were not. They existed. They didn't look particularly good or cohesive, but they did exist. All right, night fishing. The other night fishing game was amazing, so maybe this one will be good. I believe them. Step into the frightening island where strange machinations are swimming above and below the water's surface. Manage sailing your boat and spearfishing creatures to find answers. As of the move, E to interact, leftmost button to throw spears. Oh, we're spearfishing. I believe that. No, there was one yesterday that had a spear. and you were underwater. So, okay, the full screen didn't full screen. Oh, wait, there we go. There it is. Oh, nice. Nice opening cutscene. Oh, and it goes to the menu. Slick. Fishing game by these people. All right, I'll hit start. There's 0 audio so far. Oh, wait. There is a little bit of audio. In fact, I'll turn it up for you guys. Okay. We throw spears overhand. I mean, that's reasonable. The most controls are very sensitive. Press E to interact with objects. My spear does not stick into the house, unfortunately. You approach the house cautiously. An unplaceable odor hangs in the air, intensifying as you get closer. The feeling that you shouldn't be here has been growing. The other houses are empty. Knocking on the door feels strange. It's unnaturally stiff compared to the others. Almost like the text keeps moving. Isn't meant to move at all. You wait a moment, preparing to investigate the other houses again, when something thuds from inside. Hello there? How did you... A voice makes itself known, raspy and wet. Like a smoker with a bad cold. That sounds curious and apprehensive. Blurg. Hello. I haven't spoken to anyone in a while. Not since the other two left. My name? Blur. That isn't important. What's important is those fish. We went from question mark to fisherman. I don't know. Strange things have been happening since the waters changed. They aren't natural. Blorg. Go out and pleb. Oh, go out and play. Get me 3 fish. Do that, and I'll tell you how to get back to your own place. The door opens, and a horrible smell, like sweat and chum, wafts out. The smell is bad enough to make you woozy. When you open your eyes again, a pile of spears and a steering wheel are next to the closed door. Take these. Take these. Use my boat to fish. Don't fall off. I suppose you don't have to, if you'd rather not, but don't travel too far. It's not good for your health. Okay. Oh, the sensitivity. I had to barely move my mouse. He's got a big-ass boat. Also, I already had the spears before that cutscene happened, but... I'm on the boat. I'm on a boat. Drive. Oh, I actually get to drive. Whoa, wow, that acceleration is intense for... Oh, hello. I can stop the boat. Okay. That was interesting. Can I get it way out there? Oh, I got it. I'm a sniper. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello, fish. Oh, I missed. All right, we have at least 3 fish models. All right, so now do I have to go back? Oh, I can just back it up. They're smart enough to put a light over here. Can I just jump off? I sure can. I can also just drive into the cliff. All right. That's the fish I asked for. Give them to me. Door opens again, blasting you with same smell as before. This time, you're prepared, covering your nose just in time to see a fish man. They already spoiled that with the name tag, but okay. Hey there, this is the end of the game. Thanks for playing. Har har har. Cool, thanks. The 3 fish. Okay. I could try again. Actually, I kind of want to play with the spear mechanic a little bit more. So I take it if you go here early, you can't go because he has to give you the wheel. Actually, it's already here. It's already here. I don't need to actually talk to him. All right. So we've already beaten the game, but I want to see... Oh, there's an invisible wall. Okay. Is there going to be an invisible... Oh, wow. So we can accelerate and back up on a dime, but we cannot turn very well. They do have the steering wheel actually rotate, which is neat based on the direction we're going. Okay, it's actually a pretty small lake. Okay, my next question is, what happens if I jump into the water? I can't seem to stop. I can't get off the boat. I'm pressing E and nothing's happening. I've managed to break it. So I can't jump in the water or fish because I can't get away from the steering wheel. E. All right, well, I refresh. We quickly run into the water to see what happens. All right, I gotta wait for the cutscene. So the main menu. That is pretty slick, though. From a visual standpoint, this game looks pretty good. I want to go in the water. Okay, I just die, and the fish laugh at me. Okay. Roger that. Makes sense. Fishing enjoyment. I wish there was more of it, but I mean, spearfishing's unique and it worked. I got to, arc it toward them. It stuck into them. That was cool. Fishing bestiary, there was 3 whole fish. Not great. They also had no functional mechanical differences between them. 4 elements. The guy didn't even tell me how to get home afterward. So I guess I wasn't done. It was dark. That's something. It wasn't really all right for audio and visual. Did he credit who made the assets? I don't think so. They just say everything was by them, so I assume they made them. I don't actually know if they did. It looks good. It's missing a lot of audio, which is holding it back. But the 3 models are all nice. Lore wise, there is technically some. All right. We're blazing through these today. We've got 6 more to do. We're actually blazing through this. I guess it makes sense. On day 1, all the people that spent a lot of time, like 2 weeks, were very eager to get you to play the game. So they'd show up and ask you to play the game, and then those are going to be the best games. So today it's going to be all the people that either didn't have enough time to finish or didn't care as much, and therefore, or aren't super happy with their end results. Hello, welcome back. We are going through the games pretty quickly, not because we want to, but because a lot of them are just incomplete. All right, let's see what is this page? Help wanted. Fast to move, E to interact. Aim net with shift, throw net with space. Interesting controls, but okay. Well, they have a Linux build, but I can just play in the browser, so it's fine. Ebel turned over to lay on his other side for the 12th time that day, his mind and world having shrunken to the confines of the room. He tried to escape his fatigue, a special fatigue he had spent the last 7 years frantically trying to outrun. Through sleep, but he had spent too much time sleeping, so had no recourse but to imitate it. ASMR videos, weed, whiskey, porn. He'd burned through his mood-altering reserves and could not rely on those flaky friends either. He was all alone with his newfound unemployment. We just have a black screen to look at, but all right. No, he couldn't face it. Not his own mind. Not the continued rumination on the future. He had to talk to someone. Anyone to keep himself out of that headspace. There was his friend, the only one who was off work at this time on the East Coast. Apple's now speaking. Hey, odd question, but can I rubber duck my future career with you sometime soon? Sure. I'm free in half an hour. If you don't know rubber ducking, it's like you put like a rubber duck on your desk and you just talk to it. You don't expect any response back from it, obviously, but by speaking through your thought process, you figure out what you need to do. And I guess you can do that with a friend as well. Sure, I'm free in half an hour. Perf. I've got nothing but time. Half an hour passed. Abel hadn't moved. Okay, what are you thinking? I don't know, man. Something physical. Something that gets me out of my own head. Well paying manual jobs like oil or fishing. Fishing. Yeah, actually fishing. My cousin did a summer on the water up north. Said it changed his life. There's these coastal villages that take on apprentices. Apprentices, like they actually teach you? Yeah, room, board, and a boat. You just have to show up and not drown. For the first time in weeks, something stirred behind Abel's eyes. Send me the link. 2 weeks later, Abel stepped off a boat at the edge of a small fishing village. Salt air hit him like a wall. They gave WASDA controls, and we have not had any control at all. He had never been so far from home. We're so close to something that felt like a beginning. Oh, the game. It was just a very long intro. Okay, this was not what I was expecting at all. There's some interesting Z ordering with the sprites. We're immediately going to push the boundaries to see if... I take it that is white water? Or like the coastline or something? We're ignoring all the NPCs right now because we want to see. Well, there's a building here I can walk into. Oh, okay, that's kind of slick. Nice transition. Can I talk to people? Doesn't look like I can. Like the controls, eat, interact. Okay, fish jam. Continue. Okay, yeah, he's not working on them. I can go to the bar. Oh, hey, I can talk to this guy. Welcome to the town, newbie. The name's Brad. Abel, where's the rest of the town? Other side of the bridge. Although even on the other side, the town's as small as it gets. Right now, you're looking at the closest thing we have to a public forum right here. Cheery. Hey, consider yourself luckily, for the short commute and the short hop to yours truly when you need something to do after work. Besides TV, of course. He chortled at this. Townsfolk come around for events. There's a general store just off the island, but you probably won't need it as we have a deal with food delivery and you'll be getting fresh meals delivered. Also, not to toot my own horn, but I've got a great fried trout recipe too you may want to consider. Nice. Appreciate the hard sell. Tell you what, if I catch the fish for you, can I get it cooked up for free? Ha, nice try. But yes, historically, this bar has been and will always remain here. You'll see others as they come in here. Hey, some would love such a focused life. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm always here. You'll be seeing me around. Okay. Can't talk to these. Oh, I can talk to this person. Hey, yeah, you must be the new fellow. My name's Jeff. My name, Jeff. I've been tasked with getting you settled in. Nice to meet you, Jeff. Oh, aha. I knew it. I knew there'd be a wall that didn't work properly. Uh-oh. I just soft locked myself. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. It's now confused. Oh, it's no. Okay, wait, if I do this, does it work? Yes, okay. Well, I'm gonna have fun with this. Hold on. Okay, we're outside again. I wonder if the other buildings do act like that. So it looks like all the interiors are probably on one map and the exteriors on the other map. And unfortunately, he just didn't put a wall here. Let's confirm that. Oh, I might be lost in the void if I do that. Oh, let's not. Where do you think you put the other one? Oh, there's still water out here. Ah, hello. What's this? Where is this? I've sequence broke. Oh no! I sequence broke too hard. I can't get out. I'm stuck. It was a one-way trip. I'm gonna have to refresh. We're gonna have to try again. Ah, I love indie games. Okay. At least that's fast when we do that. We can go talk to Brad again. And we are caught up again. All right, so that's a sequence break. If you want to do the speed run, you could probably use that to your advantage. Hello? Ahoy! An elderly man appears as if summoned from the opposite corner of the boathouse. Hi, I'm Abel. Well, I wouldn't say that yet. Not yet, at least. The man retorted with an overwhelming boisterousness. Well, soon I'll make sure you're capable. Call me Captain Walsh. They exchanged a basic handshake. Captain Walsh's right hand felt pruned by the sea. Despite this, the strength of the grip felt uncomfortably firm. Nice to meet you. Apple looked over his shoulder and glanced at the boat. His heart sank. He didn't expect luxury, but at least had hoped for something that looked like a rusted tin can. Well, daylight's a-wasting. Hop on and I'll show you the ropes. Okay. Alrighty, welcome to your boot camp. Into the real honest work. Your training program starts today. Ah, splendid. If you see the red, his accent keeps changing. That's a fish. Cast your net at it and reel it in. Hold. Now there's an old fisherman's tip. You can't just use the finder and then cast the net. By the time the net's down there, these little skippers have bailed for yonder. You gotta use it in several places. Understand where the fish will go. By the way, Dev, if you watch this, if you want to do like a bold word or something, you can enable BB code on your text box. And then you can use bold tags or color tags or anything like that. Then cast your net. Based off of that, you got to build an image in your mind of where they be heading. But also, you got limited daylight, so you need to hone your own mind's fish sense. Yes, sir. It did tell us the controls of aim net with shift, throw with space. Okay. Well, would you look at that? Not bad for your first go. Did I get something? I did. Keep it up, and you might just survive out there in the open water. Now let's get you some more fish. Try catch 2 more for me. How do I know if there are fish? I have to hold. Okay, I got one there. I don't necessarily know why. There's also no audio here. The sprite work looks good. Okay, we just kind of faded over here. Well, well, well. Look who made it back in one piece. Oops, I skipped a text box by mistake. Not bad for your first run. Not bad at all. You didn't capsize. You didn't lose the net. And you brought back something worth eating. Thanks. Honestly, it felt good. Like I actually did something today. Well, that's honest work does to a man. None of that. Well, whatever it is your youngsters do on computers. Yeah, well, computers are kind of how I ended up here. And well, where ye are. No use looking backward, only forward, toward the horizon. Now listen, tomorrow we push a bit further out. The lagoon was just a warm-up. The bay is where the real fish are. But for tonight, go see Brad up at the bar. Tell him I sent you. He'll sort you out. Once you've recharged, you can have your first day by yourself in the water. All right. You already know where Brad is. He's at the bar. There he is. The fisherman returns. Brad was already pouring something before Abel had fully sat down. Walsh sent me. Said you'd sort me out. Ha! That old salt. He says that about everyone. Here. Brad slid a glass across the counter. It was filled considerably past what Abel would consider a normal pour. First day on the water calls for a celebration. How'd it feel out here? Exhausting. kind of meditative. I didn't think about anything except the fish. That's the magic of it. Fishing demands your full attention. No room for all that other noise. Brad refilled the glass without being asked. Oh, hey, speaking of fish, we've got the Loveland Country Fish Boil coming up. Big event. Whole town comes out. Fish boil? Like a cookout? The talk of all Maine. Oh, we're in Maine. Okay. Well, the talk of all this particular stretch of coast anyway. You'll see. Best part is you'll be eating your own catch. Nothing like it. There he is. The fisherman returns. Oh, okay. It just replays the same text. Okay. Gotcha. So now we can go back to our cursed home. No. Okay. All right. We talked to Brad. Well, well, well. Look who made it back in one piece. Okay. It's actually the same text. I can just go to the boat. And it just fades. Okay. Curious. Is there anything on the beach? Does not look like it. I know there's gotta be more. Oh crap. Talk to him again. There's supposed to be a bridge or something. Oh, that's the room we got stuck in before. When sequence broke. What's over here? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Talking to him does nothing. There's no one in our house. I can't go back that way. I don't know if it's broken or if. Oh, hey, Abel. Heard you started first day. Word travels fast. Small town. Word doesn't have far to travel. Jeff smiled, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. So what do you do around here, Jeff? Besides getting people settled in? I teach at the school up on the hill on the east side. Been there for a long time. A school teacher in in a town this small. Well, someone has to teach the kids. Every town needs one, right? He said this with a practiced ease that just suggested he'd answered the question many times before. Anyway, you should get some rest. The bay's a different animal than the lagoon, from what I heard here. Is this where I rest? Get some rest, huh? I'm not sure what to do at this point. I've talked to everyone multiple times and they just repeat themselves. There's nothing there. I can't get back on the boat. Curious. The only thing we have left is a sequence breaking room. Anything down here? Doesn't look like it. So I'm going to go back up, find where we were. So there's this place here, which I think is what broke us last time. Oh, I mean, obviously our intent would not be here. I would think there'd be like, a bed here for us to sleep and go to day 2 or something. Let's check out the comments. See if anyone got to. Yeah, that person also got stuck. No way to progress past passing, returning from the fishing. Okay, both of them have the same problem, which does seem to be true. We can go to the bar. Oh, this is a different looking bar. Okay, unused asset. What's up here? Oh, it's this house. All right, I'm inverted land right now. I can't. Yeah. I mean, I have to go back to our sequence breaking house to fix this. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any way to get past the first day. Nobody else figured out either, unfortunately. Oh, I'm breaking it more. Got another spot that doesn't have collision. Now we're outside the water. I think that might. Oh! It's not a different map. It's literally just offset. We're figuring out how they built this. Okay. All right. Well, we will rate it. Fishing enjoyment. We barely got to do any fishing. Uh, it was mildly enjoyable, but like, bestiary. Well, nothing. There was just one fish that we could catch 3 times. Horror elements. There was no horror whatsoever. Lore wise, they had a story. They had NPCs to talk to. There wasn't anything happening other than we arrived and we got greeted. We went on a boat. We came back. We learned we were in Maine. That counts as lore. Because there is a bunch of NPCs and we can talk to them and we can progress a little bit with them. They did change their dialogue slightly over time. It has to be higher than the average, that is for sure. But it's missing like every other aspect of the theme of the game jam. Visuals and audio, well, there was like no audio at all. The visuals are not bad. They're all pixel art and looks pretty good. But I can't give you more than 3 with 0 audio. All right. I guess that's what we'll have to go with. So, the bait. Let's do this. Look at that thumbnail there. That's pretty nice. Like, oh, wow, look at this. Looks like all hand-drawn art. Short psychological horror game with elements of body horror. Okay. I'm interested. I'm quite interested. It's made in Unity. The bait. All right, let's start. You've been drifting for many days. The bait ran out yesterday, but the fish here are your only chance to escape. You look at your hands and realize there is no choice. Oh, going to the menu just brings us back there. Okay, choose. Oh, yeah. I can do our teeth. I can do a finger. Well, let's start with teeth. Or I can do my tongue. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay. Look. Nice animation. I don't get to eat. Why didn't I just use some of the fish as bait? It seems like it would make way more sense, you know? All right, let's fish. No, we actually get to do a fishing minigame or any kind of gameplay mechanic. What's that? There's something in that fish, I'm pretty sure. All right, we don't need our bottom teeth, right? Oh, jeez, man. The music's like all kind of spooky. There's no suspicious things in that fish. Dude, am I really gonna have to pull out like all my body parts? Oh man, I don't like gore too much. So this is all a little uncomfortable. Yeah, look at that. Is that just its like heart or something? Gallbladder? I'm not sure. Either way, our character is a fool. They could be using the fish we caught as bait, and it would be way more efficient. I can use my ears? No, don't make me do this game. Why? I don't want to do this, man. I don't want to do it. Also, since it doesn't feel like I'm doing any progress, you know? Right. Like it really doesn't feel like I'm having any kind of progress. This bar is filling up, but I assume that's just me dying, you know? Mm-mm. I don't even know why the fish would want my teeth. Let's do an eyeball. Oh, God. That hurts so much. We would die from infections before starvation at this rate. All right, we don't need to see. I was curious to see if that would happen. I'm just going based off of feeling at this point. Oh. Yeah, he did eat my eyeball. Oh, is that what those were in the other fish? The teeth? Hey, I got an eye back. All right, I'm gonna use my eye again. Oh, that is horrifying. Let's use my tongue. Oh yeah, they'll love that. Oh, this is awful. They called and you answered. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's definitely ooh. Horror elements, you nailed it. At least from my aspect. There's another screenshot here. Oh. So there's different endings. Clearly, because that's not the ending we got. Fishing bestiary. Oh, there's definitely at least a few fish. And it did seem to react to what body parts we were putting out. So that's pretty cool. It still doesn't seem like a huge variety of fish by any means. And I didn't really get to pick what I was fishing out. There weren't like any biomes or any going anywhere like that. That goes into fishing enjoyment, which was just click a button and you had to use your own body parts as bait, which fantastic for horror. Very gross. But enjoyment wise, there wasn't any gameplay mechanic. It's ultimately comes down to just click 3 buttons. No timing, no decisions. Well, you decide what bait you take, but it's unclear. I don't know. I somewhat enjoyed the novelty of it, but mechanically, not so much. Lore wise, it does have lore. It doesn't really have any NPCs to talk to. Um, it's very hmm. Okay, it kind of exists. Is it okay? Do I think it's like average lore or below average lore? I guess that's the question. I mean, I'd say below average because we really didn't have like even a setup. Visuals and audio are great, honestly. Fantastic. Everything looks great and gruesome and brutal. Uh, the animations were really good. The audio was subtle but completely fitting. It had audio for the fish coming out of the water, for you ripping your body parts off. Like, yeah, very good on that aspect. Very good. Honestly, this is the only game where I was like, I think the only game where I was like, this is truly horrific. In terms of horror elements. Well, actually, night fishing, that was all one word, not with a space in it. Also had some pretty mildly scary parts to it. Well, this one was just, yeah, the gore gets to me, I guess. All right, we fishing in abyss. Now this one I remember them posting on Discord about it not being complete necessarily, but We will download it. It's been a while since we had to actually download one. It's finished downloading now. I will just take like 30 seconds here to set it up. I gotta do a couple things in order to play it. Oops. And the exe is called Fishing in Abyss. Okay. We will launch the game. Then I will hopefully show you guys. Let's see. Oh, not that one. Let's escape. Oh, it's oh, Jesus. I wasn't expecting a jump scare right at the very beginning. All right, you got me. You got your one. Something crawled from the depths. Be sure to blind them near the edge. I've got a flashlight with F. I just instinctually pressed that. Flash eyes. Okay. There isn't really any audio to speak of. A little advice. Look for eyes in the water and blind them with your flashlight. I hear them whisper at night. I hear them scraping the deck as they push their decomposed, malformed torso against the wood, hoping to drag me down. Keep them in water. You ran out of battery. Press R to reload or buy more at the end of the day. Battery recharged. Welcome. First things first. Welcome to your cell, or rather your new home. Due to legal reasons, we remind you for the 100th time that your sentence can be finished early by buying the key. Now you have a rod, and we are very interested in buying any fish you get. You also need to fish for food, so hey, silver lining. Goal. Fish, sell, buy. The key. Feed the masses. Earn your freedom. Seems like my flashlight... Oh, it is working. It's just, you know, typical horror game flashlight that does nothing or very little. A lot of people fish in their spare time. You should not view this as imprisonment, rather a unique way to offer support for the masses starving back on land. Where is it? Something crawl from the depths. Be sure to blind it. I don't actually see where it is. I think we're fine. I recharged. Remember to feed yourself as well. It's one of the few perks of your situation where you get to eat an entire fish yourself. I would say you're pretty lucky. Press escape for how to. Humanity has been driven to near extinction when the sea has risen. Prisoners now serve their time on docks where they have to feed both themselves and the depleting population back on land. Something had awoken in the sea when a deep dive into the Marina Trench uncovered a gate. They opened it. Catch fish to eat or sell. Use your flashlight to deter the beast near the dock edge. Buy batteries to survive. And buy the key to your freedom. I mean, it seems like I can recharge a battery for free, but... how do I actually fish is my question. Oh. What is that? Okay, wait. Prepare to hold S to stand back up or press this button. Click on a fish to feed yourself. Cast line to 20 feet. Hold M2 to reel in. What am I looking at? Should I be facing to the right? When the reel begins to turn, it means the fish is hooked. Something has crawled out. Don't let the line snap. I don't understand the mini game. I can see. I'm getting hungry. I don't understand the mechanics. Something is crawled from the depths. I can jump while I'm sitting here not... It's worth $200. I got sea bass. Oh, I just... Why was the blue section there then? Okay, I'm just gonna ignore the creature. I guess. Oh, I died. Okay. Wait. It just... All right. Oh, hold on. We'll try again. Curious. Okay, we don't need all the setup and all the blue. I don't know what these red lines are, but okay. Can I go in the water? I sure can. And then there's nothing. I can't even hit escape right now. I broke the... Okay. Hold on. One more try. Don't go into the water. Or you just saw the game. Very well. How do... Propane tank here. I don't know why I cast this way. I don't, but... We cast it. When the reel begins to turn, it means the fish is hooked. Oh, well. I can't exit this. Can't pause while fishing. I can't even stand up to like... I'm just gonna reel in, I guess. So casting out really far is dangerous because the monster will just kill us. It's worth $0. Wow. Can I stand up, please? How do I stand up? There we go. I see you. I'm pressing F for the flashlight and it's not working. I don't know why. It's not letting me use my flashlight. It is F for flashlight. F to turn on flashlight, you interact, R to reload. Like my battery's on the right and it's full. But my flashlight's not working. Well, it is a little jank, I will admit. The fishing seems like it'd be cool. I knew how to even reliably... What are all the red lines? Every time I hit E. Draws red lines. Curious. Don't know why. That's like a debug thing or what, but... Well, they got one good scare out of me right from the very beginning. And then I just can't seem to get the game to function properly. All right, we'll try one more time. Test our flashlight first. Hopefully. Okay, it's working this time around. Turn it off, please. Apparently there we go. Okay, do I have to hold it? I have to hold the button in order to... Let's prepare to cast. We'll cast very shallowly. Oh, come on, dude. Oh, we got a fish. All right. So as far as I know, I just hold it to reel in. I got something worth $50. Okay. Great. Can I please leave now? I gotta scare some fish away. Never mind. It's not here anymore. I don't know what my Oh, I guess my HP is in the bottom right. So I should wait until it shows up. Actually, no. Bottom right's my hunger. How do I even buy things? Oh crap, I hit E, which is just gonna cause a nightmare. I don't actually see a way to buy stuff or sell my fish, for that matter. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Things are definitely wonky. Let's put it that way. All right. Let's see what other people, if they had any issues. Okay, there is a shop to be noticed. The player positioning to start fishing seems finicky. Yeah, it is. I don't know. I mean, M2 is boast too. Like right click. Oh. Well, I do want to see the shop. I'd like to see the shop. Okay, hold on. I gotta get this guy away. He spawns immediately. Turn the light off. Okay. I don't know why we cast our light this or like our thing out this way, but let's go kind of far. I think it's when the blue thing shows up we can cast in. Or we can start reeling in. Give me a fish. Dude, I can't. It's just pitch black out there. Okay. I don't know what the blue icon's for. It looks like they were going to have a mini game, and then they just didn't. Because all I know is that if I stop, it just stops. I just hold on to it. And when it fills up, we get our string back. We get the fish. Oh, actually. Fish is struggling hardcore here. Something crawled up. Well, I can't do anything about it until we're done the minigame. If you could even call it that. Yeah. S to stand up. Oh, there we go. It's like there's this weird delay on everything that I have to... Yeah, there was no way I could have reacted to that in time. All right, so there's a shop somewhere where we can sell. We just have to find it. Just... When I press E, that just happens. Doesn't really help us any. Just makes red lines. How do I sell my one fish for money? That is my question. Ran out of battery. Well, I don't see why I need to run out of battery because I can just... I don't even need to buy batteries. It just seems infinite. I just press R and I just get it back. Why is that? I don't know. I feel like this is debug stuff to see what you're looking at when you press E. Do you think maybe the shop's over here? Oh, I cannot actually recharge my batteries infinitely. Oh, I see. It's here. So I can eat it or I can sell it. I just ate it actually. Click on a fish to feed yourself. Well, I did. I don't know where the shop is then. Don't know. I literally don't know where the shop is. Oh, we got a fish already. Oh, so you hold right. No, wait, is it? Yeah, okay. So you hold right mouse button, and when it's over the blue area, you left click. This is worth $100 in my inventory. Is there anything else here that's oh, shop? Shop. It's just a button at the top. Okay. I need $10,000. We can sell this Why did they have to open that gate? I saw the pictures. It screamed, don't open. Items by selling your fish. Click on your item to sell. I didn't expect this to be where I sit down. How do I get back? This is the UI of all times. Return to fishing. Inventory, nothing. How much you want to bet I click on that? And that gives me food. It did. I knew it. I knew it. Okay. This is not an intuitive system at all. But okay. Oh, I could see it in the water to the right. Things are just not quite working how they're supposed to. So now, if I go to the shop, can I sell this? Return to fishing. Go to shop. Okay, it's not there. I can sell it and eat it at the same time. Oh, actually, let's go farther out. Let's try and get a bigger fish. There's a blue marker, so maybe I've already got a fish. Something called it. Well, I can't stop doing what I'm doing. Oops. Come on, fish. Well, there's nothing I can do about that monster because I'm locked into this view. I literally can't do anything about it. There's the bobber. Weirdly over there for some reason. I don't necessarily know why. You hit it. Oh, there's stuff in the top left also happening. All right, so I've got a shop I can sell this. I could buy a battery, I guess. I could also eat this again. Stand back up. Okay. Need to recharge your battery. Okay, I got rid of him, I think. Look how small our light is. Good lord. Okay, well, we wasted a lot of battery there. Prepare to cast. Sure. When the reel begins to turn. I can't see it. I can't see it. All right, well. You hit it. I see what they're going for here. It needed more time in the oven, that's for sure. Also, for some reason, the audio is just like giga low. Worth 500 bucks. All right, you got unknown. Well, I'm gonna sell it. Let's buy another battery, I guess, just in case. I don't need to eat yet, so you know what? Let's just do another fish. It's worth 100 bucks. Okay. Shop, sell it. Okay. Then these break. Well, I can eat it. Seems like every fish refills us as much as we could want. Oops, I just recharged our batteries and I didn't need to. Oh, hello. I didn't have my flashlight on. A little hard to tell sometimes. And again, I didn't see any eyes, so I was like, I thought I was safe. I don't know how many of those I can take. That's my question. Might just reduce our hunger? I don't know. Hey, please get in the chair. Please. Oh, there we go. All right, well, I think we've seen what we need to see. I'm not going to save up 10 grand for the key. That's just a wee bit much. You know? It is a wee bit much. Okay, horror elements. Yeah, definitely get some pretty good points for this. The very spooky atmosphere and the jump scares. whether intentional or not. Lore wise, pretty average, but not bad. There wasn't really any NPCs to interact with, etc. Bestiary, there were different fish, were different amounts. I couldn't really have any agency in which, well, I assume actually casting out to different lengths would give me different fish. Going farther got us higher value fish. So honestly, not bad. Not bad. I think they all had the same graphics, but fishing enjoyment. It was. There's more to it, but it was so unintuitive at first. And really, I just couldn't see anything because we were like janked off to the side. I don't think I was supposed to be. Maybe if it was straight on, it would have made more sense, you know? I'll give you a passing grade on it. Visuals and audio. So the visuals were pretty damn good. The audio was way too low. I wasn't going to crank up my own. I didn't have any in-game volume controls. Well, the actual visuals here look great. Did he make them? I'll never know. Because he didn't put any credits anywhere. I'd say, pretty good. Pretty good. Above average visuals, for sure. Oh, yeah. Honestly, he has all of the aspects he needs. They needed, like, more time to debug, I think, basically. And they could add something really, really good. There was a lot of potential in this. Let's refresh. And okay, we haven't rated. Obviously, we haven't rated our own. We haven't rated the one that's invalid. So we got 3 more. Oh, I can't do symbiotic hook, right? It doesn't work for some reason. So we really have 2 more to do. That's all we have to do. And then we're done. Let's go. I recommend playing it in full screen. Probably 60% of his idea. QT minigame for the fishing and the shop system for upgrade he wanted. But I couldn't make it. Okay. All right. So there won't be any minigame. Good to know. I mean, it's a cute art style. WASDA? Arrow keys? Arrow keys. Not even WASDA, just arrow keys. Next, a fish. Okay. I got a fish. I don't have to pull it up. The present is just a moment. It becomes the past. Our reality is nothing but a collection of memories. Okay, there's a bunch of different types of fish. I'm getting points just for having them swim into my hook. We are only aware of our dreams when we wake up. Dreams are as real as the present. Dreams are like the present. Okay. How can you be so sure you're not asleep right now? You are a player. Playing a puppet. Oh, look at that twist. Oh, of a puppet. All right. We don't know shit about reality. Go to sleep or wake up. I don't care. Note, I created this last scene because of the original version. The last fish is supposed to close the game. However, I learned that the web version only creates confusion. Haha. I'm embarrassed to say that this is where the demo ends. It was mainly to share my idea with the jam. I didn't have time to create the shop system to upgrade the fishing rod or the minigame QT to actually catch the fish. I hope to update and finish it soon. Cute. Honestly, as the farther down we got, I got a little bit of shivers. Like I can feel it on my arms. So he was definitely onto something here. Good mood. The fishing itself wasn't all that enjoyable because I honestly was just going down and reading text. But there were definitely lots of different fish available. They're all like the same. There's no variation in them in terms of like mechanical differences or locations, as far as I could tell. But it's obviously a very short game, so I guess middle of the road. Horror elements. You had the suspense for sure. You start all cheery at the top, and the farther down you go, the more dark, both visually and metaphorically, it gets. I mean, you have to have done something right if I got some slight chills, you know? I'd say better than average. Lore wise, you have writing it. I mean, that's about all you have, but it was more of just like philosophy than it was. We know nothing about the setting, why we're there, what we're doing. Well, actually, you kind of do because it's a meta story. You know, a puppet, puppeting a puppet, a puppeting a puppet until you don't even know anymore. It's not possible to comprehend kind of horror. So I guess there is lore, just not a traditional kind of lore. Hmm. I guess middle of the road then. Interesting. I wish it was longer. I wish we went down deeper and deeper and had some like crazy philosophy. But visuals, I like the visuals. They communicate exactly what he wants. And the audio drone was not bad. Well, it didn't get annoying because it wasn't long enough of a game for it to get. Hmm. Weirdly high score for such a simple project, but when there's nothing in there that he fumbled, other than obviously the ending, it's hard to dock him a lot of points, right? Because other than like fishing enjoyment, the rating scales we're going off of don't include traditional things like how well did he incorporate the theme? How well did the mechanics work? How good was the visuals? How good was the audio? Well, how creative or unique was it? Those are the usual things, but they split the the theme into like three parts here mostly. And then the lore is clearly designed for the NPCs and dialogue and that kind of thing. And then visuals and audios they just lump together at the end as like something that's probably not that important to them. I'm not sure. Honestly, yeah, I liked it. All right, and last but not least, Hooked. I saw the comment saying the gameplay was lacking. Well, fish like in Gold Miner, but beware, lava rises and can destroy fish. I'm not familiar with Gold Miner, so that doesn't really help me to a whole lot. Catch not just ordinary fish, but fish people, once offered to the lake. Sanity affects dialogue and items. High sanity equals clearer mind. Low sanity equals disturbing reality. There's NPCs, player, eerie items, okay? Don't want to get spoiled too much. Game settings. Time, target score, okay. Interesting. The full screen really didn't full screen. So we're gonna have to do a jank thing here. Click tap to throw the hook and score by catching it. Who am I? What am I looking at? Okay, I'm the green dude. I hit a bomb. There's like no audio. We have to wait for it to like slowly rotate around. When do I actually get to talk to these? Why did I not catch that fish? Do the NPCs ever talk to us? Okay, I grabbed him. When I grabbed him, this screenshot shows him talking to us. I don't know what these lines are. Why is there green lines going across? Ow. What are your collision boxes like here? That oh. Lava's rising. The lava rises. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I like that one right through the fish. I have to get them on their head. There's nothing left for me to do. Okay, I mean, if I could control what I aimed at, that would help. I have sanity, and it's supposed to change to the dialogue. But I don't see any dialogue happening. My sanity is there. Because oh my gosh. You see this? Well, it's embedded. It's not embedded at the right size. So I can't actually see the top like parts of it. So I've got 74 sanity. The lava's rising, but it doesn't hurt me. Click/tap to throw the hook and score by catching gold. Did they just literally take Gold Miner and reskin it? Or like, is this AI generated? Like, what is going on? I'm so confused. Fisherman, broken a hook, wet net, low sanity reveals hints of past. Boy, toy boat, single shoe, drawing, low sanity shows dark water dripping and watchers. Priest, living bait, ritual rope, stone. Low sanity shows movement, heartbeats, and fingerprints. Can you fish without losing your mind? Evidently, yes. My sanity is still 74. And nothing is happening. It's just filled with lava for reasons I cannot discern. Your page is spooky. The game, let's try it again. We'll target score. There's time. The longer the time, the easier it is to reach the high score. Do you think this green box is a missing texture or something? I think that's what that is. My sanity went down from catching that. So I have to catch the fish. No, that lowered my sanity too. Okay. These guys are very, like, we don't get the angle, really. Get them. I don't have a score. Oh, it says V to enter village. Oh my gosh, there is more to this. Pause to move, press G to return to fishing area. Is there anything here? In the... Oh, if I, Oh, I see. There is a bit more of a gameplay loop here. So I have to get these NPCs. Okay, I didn't grab them. We have to play in this tiny little window because it doesn't full screen properly. Okay, I got an NPC. So if I go to village, will they be here? They are here. Fisherman, eat a talk. You've already caught us. You just don't see it yet. We're still on your line, pulling, waiting. Every time you cast, you bring up another. Okay. Wait, what is he saying? Another one of us. Press G to go back. Okay. I'm going to grab you. Do I just want to grab the NPCs and not the other stuff? Because the other stuff is lowering my sanity. Dude, he's not in a good spot to actually get. Priest. I need more. It is never satisfied. It's still hungry. It always will be. You can hear it too. I like how the last text box doesn't last long enough for you to really read it. At least not allowed. So let's get him. Okay, never mind. It just passes right through him. You have to grab him by the head. Lead into the village. What do you have to say? They pushed me. I couldn't get back up. I didn't want to go. They were all watching. I was called for help, but no one moved. Okay. And their dialogue is supposed to change based on your sanity. So if I grab some other fish and lower my sanity some more, maybe we're at 10. Does their dialogue change? Doesn't seem like it. Still the same old dialogue. I think that might be it. I don't know why the lava even exists because it resets every time you go between the village and the town. Curious. Very strange, surreal even. If you made like, I don't know, like a dozen of these really surreal games, you put them all into one package, and then you did like a beginner's guide style narrative at going between all of them, that'd be kind of interesting. Obviously not this. Um Fishing enjoyment. Well, I had to hit them in the head. I didn't get to really control where I aimed. It's just a very, very slow timer as it goes back and forth in between an arbitrary two angles. I, I can't say I enjoyed the fishing. I can't. The bestiary, there were various things to catch, but only one fish, and the others were NPCs. I don't know why I did anything. So that gets more into lore, I guess. He technically has dialogue with NPCs, technically. So he has to get something for lore. Horror elements. He's got a bit of horror in there, that's for sure. It's almost body horror, but not quite. Like weird, creepy creatures of various kinds. The art style was all over the place. I can't call it like terrible. Like he has visuals. He doesn't have any audio. Doesn't make any cohesive sense, but maybe that's part of the point. Maybe I'm just missing out on the art, capital A art. That is entirely possible. I can't say I liked it. I can't say I liked the visuals or the non-existent audio, so I can't. Horror aspects. It is slightly unnerving. I mean, that's as best as I can do. This person really liked the visuals. I'm not a fan of the visuals, personally. This is cool. I mean, this just I don't know. It to me it screams like something AI would produce. I don't know if that's what he was going for or not, but so there's 3 games we haven't rated. My own, obviously, I can't rate my own game. Symbiotic Hook, I just can't play. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Unless it works magically this time? No. Or this has to be a Linux problem, unfortunately. And they don't provide a download. But it doesn't seem to be able to detect my GPU. So then I can't do it. I got my webcam for this because I knew it was coming from yesterday. But I can't play it, unfortunately. So I'd feel bad for rating it if I obviously can't play it. And then this game is not a valid game. It was submitted Like like it had comments 10 months ago, a year ago. So like it cannot be valid for the game jam. There's no way. So let's look at the ones we did right. I think I have a clear favorite of both days. That would be Night Fishing by Jake. I think this game is incredible. Very well designed. Really nice balance of horror and all of the different themes that you wanted in the game jam. The only thing it was really missing was dialogue, I guess, with NPCs. Um, what else like really stood out to me as being like awesome? Was it this game? Yeah, this game was pretty uh cool overall. Like from a story perspective, this game is the best. Had really, really good writing and it just uh because it's got multiple routes where you could take like a good path or a bad path, and I went the bad path, it made it a lot harder and it was not balanced for it. And then I apparently don't get any of the upgrades if I do the bad path, the evil path. But so that it probably would increase the fishing enjoyment higher. But I can only rate based on my experience. And obviously there weren't really many fish or variety, but the horror, the lore, the visuals and audio, everything was great in that game. So, like from a story's perspective, very, very good. I liked this guy's visuals a lot. And honestly, his game was just quite a bit of fun to play. Very retro-esque. Very, very simple pixel art, but it gets like the Commodore 64 you perfectly. It also had really good horror in it. I think the most unnerving game was from today. One where we had to pull it. What was it? It was the one where we had to pull out our teeth and fingers and eyeballs and use them as bait. That was the most unnerving, disturbing one. I think. Where was the other one that we played like early on the first day? Where is it? It was a 2D pixel art one. Is it not here? Hold on. Uh, Submissions. I bet it's probably one of the more popular ones. Maybe not. Oh, hey, night fishing's up there as one of the most popular, apparently. Where is it? Is it gone? Or does it just have a very misleading? Oh, it's this one. It's actually this one. Sorry, it's converted. It's the third most popular. This game was very, very well put together, and it had the most unnerving dialogue for sure. The whole thing was very well done. It did the whole corrupted sea life thing that I actually originally wanted to do, and I didn't end up fully doing as much as I wanted to. Honestly, score wise, they probably actually, I think, in terms of the game jams criteria, nailed it. They went through all of them and did a very good job in each aspect. But it's just not my personal favorite. My personal favorite is night fishing. I think that is, even if it doesn't do all the aspects of the game jam as well, I think as a game, as an experience, it is better. What was Feed the Beast again? This was yeah, I didn't really like this one very much. Yeah. Uh well, in terms of popularity, I'm at least not I'm in the upper half, I guess, with Fishy Fetchy. What about most karma? Okay, me, because I've played like every game that I can play. Least rated, Shark Attack, Feed the Beast. Most rated, Converted, Night Fishing, So like you can really see the gravitation toward like the best games really are like the most popular or the most rated in general. Somber Seas, that's one where we went underwater and we were spearing fish. That was really cool. That's one I wish we had more of. I want more because they clearly just they didn't really have an end to it. They had a really good setup. Um, but beneath the surface just unfortunately didn't really work. Like you got to the boat and then you could never actually fish. As far as I could tell, nobody else could get it to work either. So again, good setup, good use of assets, even if they didn't make the assets themselves. But there's a lot of these games have so much great potential. You would think with 2 weeks, people would have more time to be able to flesh out their game completely. But I definitely know I burnt out after like a week or so, and then progress slowed down substantially. But I still ended up getting a relatively complete game, so I enjoyed the whole process. I no real complaints there. I just had a lot on my plate, so but I mean that's like it with everyone. So I did take the first week off of work, so I had plenty of time to work on it during that time. And I was putting in like 7 hours a day, 7, 8 hours a day working on it. So if other people were still doing their full time job and could only work on it like 3 or 4 hours a day, it balances out if they had spent the whole 2 weeks versus my 1 week and then just spending a week piddling away at it. Actually, the last few days of it, the last 2 or 3 days of the jam, I did quite a bit in terms of going the final distance. I didn't do nearly enough play testing. I was changing things right up to the end. All right, well, that is the Fishing Horror Jam 2. It was a lot of fun. I did not really expect to be doing a fishing game or a horror game when I was looking at the game jams, but I was like, I've got the week off. I wonder if there's any cool game jams on. So I went to, the jams here and was like, what looks interesting that overlaps my vacation? And this was one of them. And I said, all right, you know what? That's out of my wheelhouse, but I'm always willing to try something new. And it was cool. There are a bunch of there's so many game jams going on like all the time. Kind of crazy. All right. Well, with that, I guess it was a short stream, but we got through everything. So if you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. And if you want to check out these games, there's links in the description. You can check out my game as well, Fishy Fetchy. I guess I never actually played it on stream, huh? But I feel weird playing my own game for you guys. I think I did pretty. Actually, you know what? If I were to rate my own game, I think I did pretty well on the bestiary. I have like 15 different fish for you to catch in different locations. They all look visually different. Individual fish species have variations to them. They give different amounts of food, different corruption, different costs when you sell them to the different NPCs. Both NPCs will pay you different prices for most of the fish. You got to go around the lake, and depending on where you fished or how deep you fished, you got different fish. So, like, I think the fishing experience itself, I think I really got that. I think I'm definitely weaker on the horror aspect. I did not do enough to make it spooky, scary, unnerving. I mostly did that in the NPCs and their dialogue, and if you get the different endings, you find out different pieces of information. So for like, I don't know, lore, I'd probably put it as pretty average. For visuals, I think my visuals look pretty okay. maybe average, maybe slightly above average for the jam. I don't know. They're also a little bit of mess, and they're also like the where the NPCs are. I never really completed that. Like I didn't make it look pretty. The fish look good. The boat and the main character and that kind of stuff. They all look pretty good. Uh for what they are. And relatively cohesive. The NPCs being 2D and in like vending machines didn't end up panning out how I originally planned. So that's why they're kind of like out of place. And the endings, of course, are very basic. I didn't get to do like cool cutscenes or anything like that. All right, so I think I did pretty average overall. There's definitely a lot of games that are better than mine, and definitely a lot of games that are less complete and not as good. But generally speaking, from game jams, I ended up somewhere in the average range, anyways. So, all right, with that, I will see you guys next time. Whenever I do a game jam, I guess. Or if you check out my regular videos, that would be cool too.